Every single one of us carries battles no one else can see. Struggles may break us for a moment, but if we choose wisely, those very struggles can become the foundation of our greatest strength. Life doesn't weaken us, it trains us. It doesn't punish us, it prepares us. Friends, struggles are not accidents. They are lessons wrapped in challenges. Every storm in our life has a purpose: to shape us, and strengthen us. We often pray for an easy life, but the truth is, strength is never born from ease, it's born from hardship. Just like a seed must break through the soil to reach the sunlight, we too must break through our difficulties to discover our real potential. So today, let us reflect on how our struggles are not barriers, but bridges. Not curses, but blessings in disguise. If we can change the way we see them, we can transform pain into power and trials into triumphs. Imagine for a moment a piece of raw gold. At first glance, it does not shine, it doesn't look precious, it doesn't catch the eye. It is covered in dust, in rock, and it seems ordinary. But when gold is placed into fire, when it is tested with extreme heat, something extraordinary happens. The fire does not destroy the gold, it reveals its purity. It removes everything unnecessary and brings out what is truly valuable. In the same way, struggles in our lives are like fire. They feel painful, they feel unbearable, but in truth they are designed to reveal the strength, courage, and wisdom that was always within us. Think about your own life. Have you ever faced a moment where you thought, "I cannot do this, this is too much for me"? Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. That alone is proof that you are stronger than you think. Life never sends us challenges to crush us, it sends them to awaken the strength lying dormant inside us. Without challenges, we would never know our real capacity. Just like a muscle cannot grow without resistance, our character cannot grow without difficulties. If you go to the gym and lift no weight, you remain the same. But the moment you challenge your muscles with heavy weights, you begin to grow stronger. In the same way, life places the weight of struggle on our shoulders so that our inner strength expands. Take the example of a butterfly. When it is in the cocoon, it struggles desperately to break free. To an outsider, it looks cruel, like unnecessary suffering. But nature has designed it that way because the very act of struggling strengthens its wings. If you try to help the butterfly by cutting the cocoon open, the butterfly may come out, but its wings will be weak and it will never fly. It is the struggle itself that prepares it for freedom. Our lives are no different. Every struggle is preparing our wings, shaping us so we can fly higher than we ever imagined. In daily life, these struggles may not always look grand. They may come in small forms. Waking up early when you don't feel like it, studying when your mind is tired, continuing your work when results seem invisible, or facing failures that break your heart. But each of these moments is polishing you, just like fire polishes gold. What feels like a setback is often the beginning of strength. What feels like loss may be the foundation of resilience. If we look back, we will notice that some of our greatest growth came not from comfort, but from chaos. Think of a student who fails an exam. In that moment, it feels like the end of the world. People may laugh, family may be disappointed, and the heart feels heavy. But that failure has two paths. One is to break the person completely. The other is to wake them up to their hidden potential. Many successful people we admire today once faced such failures. But instead of giving up, they decided to see the struggle as a chance to grow stronger. That is why today they inspire millions. It is never the easy road that creates inspiring lives. it is always the difficult one. Even in relationships, struggles reveal inner strength. When people misunderstand us, when trust is broken, when loneliness feels unbearable, we think we are weak. But as we pass through those storms, we discover an inner independence, an ability to stand alone with dignity. The struggle with loneliness, with heartbreak, with rejection, it all molds us into someone who values themselves more, someone who understands the pain of others more deeply. Such strength cannot be taught in a classroom. It can only be discovered through real struggles. Let us also remember, no one becomes great without struggle. A tree does not grow tall without its roots pushing deep into the hard soil. A diamond does not form without immense pressure underground. A river does not become mighty without cutting through rocks for centuries. In the same way, our struggles are not signals of weakness. They are signals that greatness is being shaped within us. We must stop saying, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." That small change in attitude turns the same pain into power. Everyday struggles are invitations to rise higher. They whisper to us, "You are stronger than you believe." And when we accept this truth, we no longer fear the fire. We begin to embrace it. Just as gold never complains to the fire, we too should stop complaining and start understanding. This fire is not here to destroy us, it is here to reveal us. So the next time life places you in the heat of difficulty, don't ask, "When will this end?" Ask, "What strength is this building inside me?" Because once you come out of the fire, you will not be the same person. You will shine brighter, stand taller, and inspire others who are still struggling. Remember, struggles do not define your weakness, they reveal your inner strength. And that strength, once revealed, can never be taken away. Every obstacle we meet in life carries two faces. One face looks frightening. It shows pain, fear, and difficulty. The other face, often hidden, carries wisdom, growth, and new beginnings. The truth is, what looks like an obstacle is often a hidden opportunity. But most of us stop at the first face. We see the challenge and think it is here to block us. We fail to look deeper and discover that it is actually here to build us. Take a seed, for example. When it is placed into the soil, the environment seems cruel. Darkness surrounds it, pressure buries it, and the weight of the soil presses down from every side. If the seed could speak, it might say, "This is the end." But in reality, it is only the beginning. That pressure forces the seed to grow roots, to push upward, to break through the soil. Without that obstacle, the seed would never become a tree. In the same way, the obstacles in our lives are not endings. They are the beginnings of growth we cannot yet see. Think of a young person preparing for their career. They apply for jobs, but again and again, they face rejection. At first, each rejection feels like failure. The mind whispers, "You are not good enough." But what if those rejections are not doors closing forever, but redirections toward the right path? Many times, the opportunities we miss are the blessings that save us from a path not meant for us. What looks like rejection is often protection. Life is not denying us, it is guiding us. Daily life is filled with such disguised opportunities. A student who struggles with studies learns discipline and patience. A family facing financial hardship discovers the value of unity, sacrifice, and gratitude for small blessings. A person going through illness often comes out with a stronger appreciation for health and life itself. The obstacle is real, yes, but the hidden opportunity within it is just as real. The difference lies in how we choose to see it. A famous example is Thomas Edison. He attempted thousands of times before finally inventing the light bulb. Each failure could have been seen as an obstacle telling him to quit. But Edison saw every failed attempt as a step closer to success. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That attitude transformed obstacles into opportunities. And today, because of his perseverance, we live in a world of light. In our personal lives too, the same principle applies. Imagine someone losing their job. At first, it feels like disaster. The fear of survival takes over, and the mind is filled with worry. But many people, after losing a job, discover their true calling. Some start businesses, some learn new skills, some finally pursue their passions. What looked like an obstacle, unemployment, was in fact the opportunity to reinvent themselves. The end of one chapter opened the door to a more meaningful one. The beauty of obstacles is that they push us out of our comfort zone. Without them, we remain stuck in routines, unwilling to grow. Obstacles challenge us to think differently, to act differently, to rise above limitations we placed on ourselves. Imagine a person learning to swim. At first, the water feels dangerous, like an obstacle. But only by entering the water, struggling to stay afloat, does that person discover the joy of swimming freely. The water was never the enemy, it was the teacher. Even in relationships, obstacles become hidden opportunities. Arguments, misunderstandings, and distance can feel painful. Yet, they also teach us patience, empathy, and communication. They remind us that love is not about perfection, but about growth. A couple who overcomes challenges together builds a bond far stronger than one that never faced difficulties at all. The obstacle becomes the foundation of deeper connection. We often forget that obstacles are not permanent. A mountain may seem huge from a distance, but as we climb step by step, it becomes smaller behind us. The opportunity lies not just at the top, but in the climb itself. Every step teaches endurance. Every slip teaches balance. Every pause teaches patience. By the time we reach the top, we are not only at a new height, we are a new person. So, when obstacles come, let us not curse them. Instead, let us ask, what opportunity is hidden here? The loss may teach us gratitude. The failure may teach us persistence. The heartbreak may teach us self-worth. And the delay may teach us trust in timing. Life never sends us obstacles without also planting the seeds of opportunity. One day, when we look back, we will realize that the moments we once called obstacles were actually turning points. They were the crossroads that guided us to where we needed to be. Without them, we would not be who we are. And just like the seed that breaks through the soil, we too will rise, not in spite of the obstacle, but because of it. Patience is one of the most underestimated strengths a human being can carry. In a world where everything is fast food, fast internet, fast results, we often forget that the most beautiful things in life take time. A flower does not bloom the moment it is planted. A child does not grow into an adult overnight. A river does not carve valleys in a single day. Patience is the bridge that turns struggles into progress, pain into wisdom, and effort into achievement. Without patience, struggles feel like punishment. With patience, they become the stepping stones to our greatest victories. Think about the farmer. He sows the seed in the soil. After days of watering, he looks at the ground and sees nothing. He continues to nurture, to wait, to trust the process. Weeks pass and slowly a tiny green shoot emerges. That small sign gives him hope, but the true harvest is still far away. Yet, the farmer never doubts. He knows that patience is not about waiting idly. It is about trusting the timing while continuing to work. In the same way, when we face struggles, we may not see results immediately. But with patience, Life slowly begins to reward us with growth that cannot be rushed. Our struggles often test our patience in hidden ways. Imagine a student preparing for exams. They study day and night, but when they attempt practice papers, they fail. The heart wants to give up, but if the student continues with patience, over time the effort begins to bear fruit. The same subject that once felt impossible becomes easier. The same lessons that once seemed confusing begin to make sense. This is the power of patience. It transforms the impossible into possible. Step by step, patience also protects us from despair. In the middle of a storm, it is easy to believe the darkness will last forever. But the truth is, no storm has ever stayed. The longest night has always given way to sunrise. When we practice patience, we remind ourselves that this difficulty is temporary, that brighter days are ahead. Without patience, we lose hope. With patience, we keep walking until the light returns. Look at the process of healing from a wound. If you cut your hand today, it does not heal instantly. You cannot rush the process. It requires cleaning care and above all time. Day by day, the skin regenerates until the wound disappears. Life's struggles are the same. Emotional wounds, failures, disappointments, all of them take time to heal. Patience allows us to accept the slowness of the process while trusting that healing is happening, even if we cannot see it. Daily life constantly asks us to practice patience. Standing in traffic when we are late, waiting in long lines, dealing with delays. These small tests are training grounds for bigger struggles. A person who is patient in small things will find it easier to remain calm in bigger storms. The ability to breathe, to hold on, to keep faith in those moments makes all the difference. Think of bamboo trees. For the first 5 years after planting, there is almost no visible growth above the soil. The farmer waters and cares for the plant every day, yet nothing seems to happen. But in the 6th year, the bamboo suddenly shoots up to over 80 feet in just a few weeks. Did it really grow in a few weeks? No, it was silently growing underground, developing roots, preparing itself to rise. Life often works the same way. When nothing seems to be happening, patience reminds us that progress may be invisible, but it is real. The roots are growing, the foundation is strengthening, and soon the results will show. Even in relationships, patience plays a vital role. Misunderstandings, conflicts, or emotional distances cannot be resolved in a moment. They require listening, time, and gentle effort. Impatience can break bonds, but patience can heal them. Many people give up too soon, thinking nothing will change. But those who wait with faith often witness miracles in their relationships. Patience also teaches us humility. It reminds us that we are not in full control of everything. We may work hard, but we cannot command results instantly. Life has its own timing. Just as the sun rises at its appointed hour, just as seasons come and go in their rhythm, our progress too unfolds at the right moment. Impatience makes us restless, patience makes us wise. When we learn to accept the rhythm of patience, struggles become less heavy. We begin to see them as temporary teachers rather than permanent punishments. We realize that waiting is not wasted time. It is the time when life is preparing us for what is coming. Like a sculptor chiseling stone bit by bit, patience shapes us into stronger, calmer, wiser individuals. So, when you face struggles, remember this truth: they are not meant to end your journey, but to train you for the next step. And patience is the key that unlocks this transformation. Just as rivers carve through stone, not with force, but with persistence, your patience will carve the path toward progress. One day, you will look back at this struggle and realize that patience turned your waiting into wisdom, your endurance into strength, and your pain into a story of victory. Struggles have a way of humbling us. When everything in life is smooth, when success comes easily, when achievements arrive without effort, we often begin to feel invincible. Pride quietly grows inside us, whispering that we are the ones in control, that we need no one else, that life bends to our will. But then a struggle enters. Suddenly, the things we thought we could control slip from our hands. Plans collapse, dreams delay, people misunderstand us, and we are reminded of a deep truth: we are not the masters of everything. This realization does not make us weaker, it makes us humble. And humility is one of the most powerful strengths a human being can carry. Think of a tall tree standing proudly in the forest. It looks strong, unshakable. But when a storm comes, the tallest trees often fall because they refuse to bend. In contrast, the grass that seems weak survives because it bows down before the storm and rises again when it passes. Struggles are like storms. If we remain rigid with pride, they break us. But if we allow struggles to teach us humility, we bend, we endure, and we rise again. Humility is not weakness, it is flexibility, it is wisdom, it is strength in disguise. In our daily life, struggles constantly remind us of humility. Imagine a student who always comes first in exams. Success after success builds confidence, but sometimes that confidence turns into arrogance. Then, one exam comes where the student fails. At first, the failure feels like a cruel punishment, but in reality, it is a blessing. That failure humbles the student, teaching them to respect effort, to appreciate others, and to realize that nobody wins all the time. Without that moment of struggle, the student would carry arrogance into adulthood. The failure, therefore, becomes a silent teacher of humility. Or consider someone who rises quickly in their career. Success, recognition, money, all arrive and life feels unstoppable. But then a challenge comes. Maybe a project collapses. Maybe the company struggles. Maybe health takes a turn. In those moments, the person realizes that success is not permanent and that they are not above the realities of life. That struggle teaches them empathy for others, compassion for colleagues, and respect for those still climbing. What was once an inflated ego transforms into a heart that understands and values people more deeply. Even in relationships, humility born from struggle is vital. Many times we take people for granted. We assume they will always be there, always understand, always forgive. But when a relationship faces conflict, when distance or misunderstanding appears, we are forced to look at ourselves honestly. Struggles teach us to say, "I was wrong," to apologize, to listen, to compromise. Without humility, relationships break under pressure. With humility, they grow stronger. The struggle that once felt painful becomes the foundation of deeper connection. Humility also allows us to learn. A person who believes they already know everything closes the door to growth. But a person humbled by struggles opens their heart to wisdom. Think about an athlete. When they win, they celebrate, but it is often in losing that they learn the most. The loss humbles them, showing them their weaknesses, pointing them toward improvement. Every champion has a story not just of victories, but of humbling defeats that taught them to rise higher. In spiritual life too, humility born from struggle is essential. When everything goes well, we often forget to pray, forget to be grateful, forget the source of our blessings. But when struggles come, suddenly we remember. We bow our heads, we call upon God, we rediscover faith. The struggle humbles us, reminding us that we are dependent beings, not independent masters. And in that humility, our relationship with God deepens. Think of rainwater. When it falls on high mountains, it cannot stay. It always flows down to the lowest places. Only the humble ground receives it. Similarly, blessings flow toward those who lower themselves with humility. Struggles make us like the low ground, soft, receptive, ready to receive wisdom, love, and grace. Without struggles, pride would harden us like rock, unable to receive anything. Daily life offers endless examples of humility shaped by struggle. Waiting in long lines teaches us that our time is not more important than anyone else's. Facing financial difficulties teaches us to respect every coin, to appreciate the effort of workers, to understand the pain of those who have less. Falling sick humbles us by showing how fragile the human body is, reminding us that health itself is a gift we should never take for granted. These struggles may look ordinary, but the humility they create stays with us forever. The most inspiring people in the world are not those who never faced struggles, but those who faced them with humility. Their words touch us because they speak from experience, not arrogance. They do not stand on stage saying, "I never failed." Instead, they say, "I failed many times, but each failure taught me something valuable." And when we hear them, we believe them because humility carries authenticity. So, when struggles come, let us not only ask for strength, but also for humility. Because strength without humility becomes pride, and pride breaks under pressure. But humility gives us the grace to learn, to adapt, to connect with others, and to trust God's plan even when we do not understand it. In the end, struggles are not just about survival. They are about shaping our character. And one of the greatest gifts struggles give us is humility, the ability to bow, to learn, to value, and to love more deeply. A humble person is never truly broken because humility makes them flexible, resilient, and open to infinite growth. And when life humbles us through struggle, it is not reducing us, it is preparing us to rise higher with dignity and grace.